and Smoko the Top Loco back with you with another awesome cast of the ROG Masters series hosted by Asus. With me today, I am joined by, as I just said, Smoko the Top Loco. How are we today?
Feeling fantastic. This is one of the biggest tournaments that the Oceanic region has seen for a long time. There is a $150,000 prize pool. Obviously, these teams have a long way to go if they want to get into that prize pool because they have to get through their group stages. This is currently Group E we are dealing with. 200 Spartan, 300 Spartans rather, and Ill Omen. And the thing with this tournament is, it's not just Australian teams and New Zealand teams. Obviously, you're dealing with Filipino teams. And sort of all these Southeast Asian teams, and it's a bit of a challenge because there are some very strong teams out there, and we have no idea what these two teams are like because we have never casted these teams before. Cake Juice.
It is going to be quite interesting. It's going to be a big eye-opener, but it is really good to see some more stuff happening in the Australia and New Zealand Dota 2 scene.
Yes.
Bans coming out thick and fast, as well as the picks. We've got Faceless Void, Timbersaw, Brewmaster, and Ricky being banned out straight away, as well as Beastmaster, Drow Ranger, Shadow Demon, and Vengeful Spirit being followed up very quickly with the picks. Fairly diverse to begin with.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're seeing a bit of a sort of a classic play here by Ill Omens. They're banning out. I'm not really sure why they banned the Brewmaster. It may be some sort of respect ban. I'm not sure. I do like the Ricky ban. But I am surprised they open up very early with the Drow Ranger strat. 300 Spartans, they are very stock standard with their bans. I mean, you see the Faceless Void. Doesn't matter if he's going to be nerfed to base damage. He's not picked for his early game base damage. I mean, sure, it helps.
10 seconds to go.
I mean, you have many more things to worry about. You've got the Timbersaw ban, not surprising at all. And even the Mirana ban. Now, Mirana ban, as you know, Cake Juice, this hero had nearly a 60% win rate in the International.
It was
which is huge.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Really good to see Mirana being picked more often, actually, and all because of their Aghanim Scepter, which everyone sort of discounted and discredited, and thought it was going to be useless
5 seconds
the whole time. But no, it was really the deciding factor in a lot of games. Sped up the farm so much. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. It's a good ban though this game because if Ill Omens managed to get that on their lineup with the Drow strat, Mirana not only hurts in magical damage then, but she hurts physical damage as well, and that's just very hard to stop. There's not a lot you could do, and Mirana, being sort of that picker up of many different, she is just very versatile in her builds. Things like Ethereal Blade to Fusel Blade it really scales so well with the hero, and I really do think that's one of the best bans we've seen so far. We've seen the Slark ban, an interesting ban there from Ill Omens. We'll have to see. I mean, Slark's not too bad against Drow really when you think about it.
10 seconds to go.
I suppose you would ban him for his innate ability just to close gaps very quickly, and he's just annoying to deal with. I know that because I've played him over 100 times. I apologize to the general Dota community. We do see some pretty nice synergy with the Shadow Demon and Drow Ranger there. Those extra illusions will do a lot of damage, especially in their tower pushes towards the later end of the game. Do you reckon they might pick up someone else who does well with illusions, like say maybe Terrorblade or Luna?
Well, I think at this point, Ill Omens, when you run a Drow strat and you run a Shadow Demon, there are many options available to you. When you think about sort of a hero you need like that, I think what you need to consider is they need someone to frontline the lineup. And as if you pick a Drow strat, Ogre Magi is one way to do it. I don't think Ogre Magi is great with the Shadow Demon sort of illusions, but he's great at setting up disruptions for Shadow Demon. And the issue here is if Ill Omens were to pick something like a Centaur, which is some might say a little bit unheard of, it is one of the best heroes that synergizes with the Shadow Demon, because all you do is you disrupt the Centaur, and then he gets return damage onto towers from those illusions, and it's very potent in certain situations. And Ill Omens, I'm sure they considered it, but they've gone for the Ogre Magi. Maybe some sort of comfort pick. We'll have to see what they pair up this Ogre Magi with, because it's not a bad support to add alongside the Shadow Demon.
We saw Ogre Magi quite a lot in TI6 actually, which surprised a lot of people. Not really expecting him to come out to the pro scene, especially around now, where a lot of his skills are still very RNG based. Which a lot of people just don't like in these sorts of very sort of planned and strategically sort of thought through pro team matchups. But No, it was nice to see him. And him, I mean, really, the only item he needs in the early game is an Orb of Venom, and he's already doing so much against the other team. A nice Slardar pick there. Any thoughts about that?
Well, I think the sliders, and then again that initiation they need. They already have the Beastmaster. I do not mind the slider. I think this could be something like a safe lane slider.
10 seconds to go.
And this will set the tempo of the game very fast here for 300 Spartans.
5 seconds.
That's not exactly what you want. For Ill Omens, they need time for Drow to pick up items, and then they need levels on Drow. And if Drow doesn't get levels, then they can't make use of the lineup, because you need to end the game by around 25 minutes for a Drow to really be effective. And the thing is, 300 Spartans, they have got also, just with that slider pickup, once slider gets the blink, the timing is really, really good here for 300 Spartans, because they have the initiation of the Drow. There's not much. Oh, well, I mean, Shadow Demon and Tidehunter are really good tools, though, at dealing with that, so we'll have to see how they work that. But yeah, Tidehunter, don't see a lot of him either, but he is very, very good in this sort of situation, just for counter initiation as well.
It was
10 seconds to go.
I've got a frog in my throat. No, I was thinking exactly that, just that sort of counter initiation. Tidehunter, as long as his positioning is good, he's able to completely turn around a gank,
Reserve time.
Could actually turn the entirety of the game one way or another. He's a very, very, very impactful hero as long as you give him the space. I mean, it is quite easy to shut a Tidehunter down in the early game. Not so much later on, especially once he's got more levels in Kraken Shell. But no, interesting pick, and it does look like the 300 Spartans are looking at a very gank-focused sort of team orientation, whereas Ill Omen are looking more towards the pushing strat and Wraith King by 300 Spartans. Again, good ganking hero, just able to withstand a lot of crap from anyone, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm really surprised about this Wraith King pick. I think this might even point towards something like the Beastmaster mid or the Beastmaster jungle, and put that slider in the offlane. Because Wraith King, not typically played as support like he once was, and it was very sort of specific to certain teams that did it as well. Wraith King, I'm sure he'll be the position 1 here for 300 Spartans. And this is a bit of an interesting situation. I'm still not sure about the Ogre Magi pick, to see what they're actually going to use the Bloodlust on. I mean, sure, Drow Ranger does well with the Bloodlust, but is it only going to be the Drow that benefits from this? Tidehunter and Shadow Demon don't really get much out of that. I do like the Tide pick, though, just as that sort of initiation frontline hero they need. Ogre's not really the hero that's going to do it. He can't farm fast enough, so I think Tide's perfect. I think Faceless Void could have been good too, but again, he was banned at the very first stage. But we're seeing some interesting sort of plays here from Ill Omen. They've banned the Storm Spirit. I really am not expecting 300 Spartans to pick that. In fact, I believe they're going to need some other secondary support here, for sure.
Reserve time.
Again, I think they were looking at the sort of the gank heavy
pick
of 300 Spartans there. But no, I agree entirely. There's not a lot in terms of I don't know. I mean, you've got a few reliable stuns. Actually, you've got reliable 3.5 reliable stuns. I'd say if you include
10 seconds to go.
Crush. But I mean, there's no sort of your general support. There's no heals or anything like that. Not that every team needs it. And Venge could quite happily, I suppose, even Beastmaster could really quite happily build a mech.
Radiant's pick
picked up on 300 Spartans. Maybe just to sort of counter that the pushing sort of orientation that Ill Omen look like they're going at the moment.
I don't know what the Luna pick is. I feel a little bit. I mean, this is
10 seconds to go.
See, I've been wrong about my predictions about the draft, but my predictions now are the offlane Slider, the mid Beastmaster, the support Wraith King, and a support Vengeful Spirit with the safe lane Luna. Now, the issue here is this is a very greedy lineup, and Wraith King can be a support, but he is very, very greedy. He needs. I mean, typically you see him even by the Midas on the support role. He gets Arcane Boots. Obviously, you need Arcane Boots as well anyway. Really, it's going to help your situation. It's just very greedy, and that's the issue. He does have the Iron Talon option. I think this would be obviously a position 4 Wraith King. And Ill Omen, I mean, when it comes to their options here, they've got the carry. They just need some sort of other core hero now. They need another mid. And Luna, really, I'm not sure what the purpose of Luna here is. I think Luna doesn't really scale too well. I mean, obviously you can clear out the illusions from Shadow Demon much quicker than normal, but it's strange because this slider pick really sort of speeds up the tempo of the game, but Luna really slows it down. Luna's very, very late game oriented, and I do not mind this Templar Assassin pick here. I think this is a fantastic pick. The only way they're going to get down the charges on Refraction here is by Wraith King Stun, which of course burns down the about 3 or 4 of the Refraction charges. But of course, I am very surprised still to see this. These are very interesting drafts for sure. The Luna pick is the most obscure, I believe.
And as we load into the game, we see the classic Australian Dota disconnect.
Yes.
Nothing out of the usual there. I personally think that the Templar Assassin was also a very good pick. She's one of my favorite mid heroes, and I've found that against strength cores such as Wraith King, assuming that he gets played in the core role, bursts him down very quickly, just because that strength heroes generally have a lot less armor than what they really need to survive a full-on meld hit. So, but I mean, they don't really have any other sort of mana burn unless we see some diffusal blades come out on the Drow Ranger. Maybe. Which definitely is a good idea. You know, Drow Ranger obviously classically building lots of agility items very early on into the game, and keeping it going. I've seen Drows quite often will just stack the old Dragon Lance, which is quite odd, but I mean it works, and with the innate passive, I mean she just becomes very hard to take down. I haven't changed the overlay. 1 second, everyone.
So I mean, something surprising here. I do love this sort of. Now you are correct about the Wraith King. You know, not typically going to be that tanky, but again, this is 6.8. What are we in now? 6.88.
It's 6.88D, I believe.
D. Is it D or F? It's something like that. The thing
are we seeing a level 1 Roche?
30 seconds to showtime.
I think they're just checking the pit.
Just scouting, yeah.
Actually, maybe I don't think they can take Roche here. There's no way they have the power to actually take him down. But I was just going to mention, this is the period we're in now. Is of course the period of well, sort of the meta of the armlet. Now, I'm not sure. I really don't expect Wraith King to be able to farm one this game. He is dealing with many other heroes on his team which are insanely greedy.
And they're off.
But in a normal situation, in a normal Wraith King game, and there's the mid Beastmaster, we'd see the armlet pick up, and that would be very good against Templar Assassin. It would make it very hard Templar Assassin to burst him down. But I mean, this game, we're seeing a pretty standard sort of setup here, Cake Juice. We are seeing the Templar Assassin Beastmaster. I mean, in terms of this matchup, I feel like Beastmaster doesn't do too badly, to be honest. I feel like he's going to have not too bad of a lane. I mean, we'll bring up last hits in due time to see if that really play out.
Yeah, I suppose but he does have the boar as well. Will help with the last hits a bit. And also help with the harass just on the TO, who has decided to go Sideblades first. In an interesting turn of events when you normally would see Refraction being skilled first. Any reason for this over Refraction?
I feel like Refraction is something you want to skill if you're worried about an early gank, or if you are
Speaking of early ganks, in the top lane, this Tidehunter is not in a very good position whatsoever, being hit by 2 different stuns, possibly 3 different stuns. No, Luna's just caught a little bit out of position there. And you're totally right with the Wraith King going into that support role. And Luna getting Luna Blessing first, I mean, that's a lot of extra damage for their team.
Yeah. That's exactly the build I expect Luna to go. Luna's base damage is not very high without that passive, and it's very hard to last hit, especially as a ranged carry. So seeing this pickup is really sort of you need to do it. I don't really think they have a good chance of killing Tidehunter again. I'm sure he's going to be careful now. He's going to get that cracked shell because he's got Anchor Smash level 1. It's not always wise to skill that. Oh, actually, yeah, look at mid lane.
Ooh, Taya's getting very low. She's getting done by the poison damage from the boars, but she does manage to salve herself up in time. Vengeful Spirit and Wraith King are rotating around, however, decide that it's not worth him, probably going looking to secure the rune instead. Templar still in lane, very, very low, bottling herself back up, but nothing to come of it. Wraith King, it looks like he's wanting to come round and give them all a run for their money, but
they could kill her if she stuck around there for another 5 or 6 seconds. She could have been dead there for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it is a really interesting sort of. I can't get over some of the picks that we've got here tonight. Really obscure picks, interesting lineups, just sort of contradictions in a way of sort of setting that tempo. But I will really like to see who comes out on top in this mid lane. We are seeing Beastmaster 4 last hits ahead, and the fact of the matter is, TA can't exactly contest the Beastmaster until she gets the levels of Psyblades, and it is quite surprising that she did go Psyblades early, but it wasn't really in too much danger, I think.
I think it was probably more because she knew she was going to be harassed by the boss. Speaking of which, there's a stun going up on top of this Tidehunter again, getting caught well out of position.
With the fishes.
And yeah, again, that's very, very unfortunate. Everyone using their spells there. Is this Tide just playing slightly too aggressive for this Tri lane?
Yeah, that's an issue, and I think Tide needs to just get an Iron Talon, go to the jungle. I don't think there's much use in him risking his life again, because it seems that he's getting caught out. He doesn't have vision up here, there's no wards, and so I think what he should do is just get an Iron Talon, go to the jungle. He's got the Anchor Smash, he's got the Track and Shell. I'm assuming he's level 2 by now. He is level 2, so I mean, he can go jungle. And he's got the Quelling Blade, so I'm guessing he will buy that Iron Talon as soon as he has the cash, and I think that's what we'll see him do.
Yeah, the addition of that extra camp just by the secret shop on both sides, really helping out those offlaners who just get a really bad start, such as this. I think it's a definite improvement. We see some extra versatility on the map and everything, and it allows people a lot easier to catch up a lot easier. We see the Slardar, who's actually doing exactly that, already got his Iron Talon and some wards underway. Wraith King and Vengeful Spirit seem to be just sticking together like two peas in a pod, smoking up as well. We do see the Ogre Magi putting some pressure onto the Slardar, and probably nothing much to come of it though. And they will back off. Wraith King and Vengeful Spirit, however, they're about to walk right into this Templar Assassin, who managed to get Refraction off just in time. Two suns committed, and Refraction has run out, but I don't think it's going to be enough for the Dire side there.
No.
And they do back off. That was a good bit of awareness there by the Templar Assassin, who managed to save us up just in time.
Beastmaster's in trouble here, maybe not.
Oh, another stun coming up from Wraith King. Oh, and he does manage to finish the Shadow Demon very, very quickly there. And the TA falls very quickly as well. Really, really unfortunate there. Good rotations by the supports. Another stun coming up. Oh, and the Roar coming down, locking down that Ogre. And that Wraith King getting a double kill. Getting very low on the side of the Dire there. But they do manage to make it out of there alive. And that was a really, really good early rotation by the supports. And it goes to show how early rotations such as that are just so effective in this early game.
Well, I mean, that was looking like it could have been really bad for sort of the 300 Spartans at one point. They nearly missed that kill on TA, and the reason for that is because they didn't have level 6 on the Beastmaster. No Roar, no lockdown, and they used all their stuns when the refraction was up. They kind of had to anyway. But the issue is, I mean, look how well we're seeing the last. I mean, the last hits aren't exactly speaking for the kill score, but if we just have a quick look at net worth, you can see that 300 Spartans, Luna is having the time of her life in this safe lane. She's 500 gold ahead of the Drow here, who's also having a pretty free lane against this Slardar who's been jungling.
Yeah, I honestly expect to see the Drow Ranger a bit further ahead than this, especially in terms of items. She doesn't really have anything, and there's nothing on the courier either coming away. So I mean, not sure what's going on there. I really would have expected a bit more from that. Meanwhile, the supports have rotated down to help out Slardar in that bottom lane, and Luna's left to herself. She's already got her treads just at 6 minutes in, and doing fairly alright for herself. And Aquila as well. Lots of pings coming out in the Radiant jungle. Are we looking to see an early gank? No, it's just stacks happening. Never mind, guys.
Yeah, I mean, this game is going to come down to. I mean, these lanes are really, really important for this game, and I feel like the 300 Spartans are a lot further ahead than it looks like on the kill score, but it can easily turn in a successful gank from Ill Omens. But it's tough to do. I mean, Ill Omens, they've got some good vision around the map, but it's very sort of situational. They need vision down bottom lane. They need to actually get into the Dire jungle, and they did try it earlier on the Slider, but it didn't work. And I mean, if Slider had been jungling in that camp, he would have died there for sure with the Ogre Magi. I feel like 300 Spartans, they're really making use of this Slider pick, and they haven't even got Blink on him just yet.
He's doing really, really well, and you know, a lot of space has been created, especially by the supports roaming around who are looking to go on the Drow Ranger. He has been based out there. Stun coming out from the Wraith King, and Crush coming out as well. There's so many stuns. The Drow Ranger just not able to do anything there, and the lockdown was just too impressive. These guys are really communicating well and have got their team organization down pat. Meanwhile, Raw comes out onto the Templar Assassin there, who doesn't have refraction for another 8 seconds. She's getting very, very low. The Beastmaster Boar slowing her down, doing a lot of tick damage. 3 seconds for refraction. She does manage to try and bottle herself up, and Whirling Axes coming out. Refraction comes out just in time to stop the return damage from the Axes, but she's only got one more charge on refraction there. Oh, she just manages to live through it. Vengeful Spirit Sun coming out onto the Ogre Magi there, and lots of crits coming through. Wraith King there does manage to slap him down and did not make him survive there. That was very, very lucky for the Templar Assassin there. There was no way in hell that she should have survived that whatsoever.
This is really, really good play for 300 Spartans. They are soaring ahead this game. It's looking almost like a bit of a stomp at the moment. And the thing is, Luna has been farming this entire time. It's been 4v5. Well, it's really been 4v4 really, with the Tidehunter's been sitting in lane. Tidehunter, I mean, he can't really contest this. He's just trying to get levels, and he is doing fairly well at sort of making use of that. But once he gets level 6, he'll actually be able to sort of contribute to the map. But the thing is, he's going to be up against a level 8 Luna, as opposed to the Drow, who's only level 7. But the thing is, Luna's going to have... Luna's net worth is just so much higher at this point, and it's just this without any kills or anything like that, and we are going to, I mean, 2 assists, but we will be, I feel like when we see this fight, Luna's ult is going to do a lot of damage, and it is of course not, I don't think the Illumins are really expecting the true power of this Luna yet.
It looks like to me that Illumins have placing a lot of expectation onto the Drow Ranger, and unfortunately at the moment it's just really not coming through. We're just seeing how superior the Luna is in the early game, especially with the help of those rotating supports. It looks like they are going to try and go onto this Tidehunter here, who might... Yes, he just got away just in time. There is, however, a double stack Ancient here, and they have pinged it out, and probably will see the Luna take that very easily. Rotations coming into the mid lane from the Radiant side, however, there are more pings coming out. They do know they're there, just waiting for the right moment in time. They also saw the Beastmaster was invisible, but not for much longer. Beastmaster Raw coming out on the Templar Assassin, who's burned all the refraction charges. The Shadow Demon has disrupted himself to try and keep himself out. Sorry, no, he didn't. He disrupted Wraith King. Templar Assassin very, very low. The stun does come out and does manage to bring her down. Vengeful Spirit, however, also very, very low. Wraith King getting very low as well. He's only level 4. He doesn't have his ultimate. Luna coming through with the Lucian Beam ultimate, and Tidehunter coming through, also getting his ultimate off. Vengeful Spirit almost dying there, very, very low. The Drow's coming through, doing a lot of damage with Frost Arrows there, but the stun's coming through from the Wraith King, and the crits come through and bring her down. Tidehunter in a very bad position at the moment. He's very, very low, and the Lucian Beam coming through from the Luna, just finishing him off. Wraith King doing lots of stuns, so much work there. It looks like he might die to the tower here. Nope, he just managed to survive with the skin of his teeth.
That's
and
insane.
He's home. Really,
no return kills.
Really good.
The Illumins. That whole fight, it was just, and the positioning, especially of Vengeful Spirit. I'll get the player's name. Spiderface. Literally, just very, very careful, very, very cautious, and Tidehunter nearly got a kill, and that would have been the first kill of for Ill Omens this game. But the thing is, just with the positioning from these players, is prime. They're not grouping up for the anchor smash. They're spreading out for the Ravage, and in fact, the only person that could have died from the Ravage was actually outside of the range because he knew it was coming. And this is quite surprising. I don't think Slider has his blink yet, and so when we start seeing these items come online, it's going to be really, really scary because the timing of Ill Omens is pushing, but they haven't quite gotten any towers just yet, and it's looking a little bit sort of ill for Ill Omens at this point in terms of what's happening, because 12 kills down, net worths aren't looking too good. Templar Assassin is the highest net worth, but I mean, last hits also speak for itself here. But I do fear for their ability to catch up, because it's going to be hard for him to win a fight, especially with this advantage and momentum that 300 Spartans have at the moment.
Literally just talking about towers there, Smoking. It looks like 300 Spartans are looking to take down this bottom tower, which they should be able to do fairly easy. They've got the Beastmaster there, and also the Wraith King just around the corner, pulling away the creeps. Really good play there.
They're going to fortify this?
I don't think they will. I think they know it's going down. No point trying to take that as well.
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help.
I mean, it's looking here like 300 Spartans have complete control of this Radiant jungle. They're not even trying to contest it. They're looking to rotate around on Luna, who knows that they're coming and backs away. Very smart plays there. Really, really good map awareness, and it just seems like these guys just know what's going to happen at every single point on the map at whatever time. Very, very impressive to watch. Lots of pings coming out here, but might see some more stuff happening.
I love how they're taking this stack. I'm a little bit confused on the skill build of Wraith King here. He's playing a support Wraith King, but he hasn't got his lifesteal. He's actually getting points in the Mortal Strike, which is that of a farming Wraith King. The issue is he's only got 6 last hits, and that lifesteal would have made a lot of difference on that camp there. It would be interesting to see if he either misskilled or maybe it was just part of that extra damage of ganking. Maybe I'm not too sure. It is a very gank-heavy Wraith King we are looking at here.
We just have a look at the Radiant Ancient stack. Very, very unfortunate there. There are actually two Rock Golem, ancient Rock Golem stacks, which of course is a lot of extra health for that entire stack. It's going to be very, very difficult to take down. Meanwhile, these guys are just looking to chip away at that mid
tower's coming apart.
And 300 Spartans have gone back to just farming, which is probably really at the moment their best option. They've done so much early work. As long as they keep up the pressure like this Luna is doing so here. Templar Assassin missing the mill there was possibly a chance to apply a lot more pressure onto the Luna, but there is support coming through from both the Beastmaster and the Vengeful Spirit, and T8 TPs away to the rest of the team in the middle lane. What do you think? I mean, obviously this is Dota, Smoko, so Ill Omen definitely aren't out of this just yet. No. But what do you think the play should be from them for them to be able to get back into this game? Because obviously they are at a heavy disadvantage at the moment.
They are, and I feel like what they need to do is they need to slow the game down. They need to actually, because it's a little bit too dangerous to push, because if they push, then they're going to start fights. And I think they need to split push. Drow needs to go and actually do some damage around the lanes, get bottom pushed out, and get top pushed out as well, because that's coming towards the tower. And I think the issue here is, if Ill Omens have a fight, they probably will lose the fight, and they don't want to do that. They want to actually win a fight. So if they just create more time, let Drow pick up some items, maybe get that Dragon Lance online, because Drow actually is going for that Dragon Lance.
Yep. Literally has just got it now.
Yeah. So that's exactly what we need to see. That sort of play of just farming and getting items that are crucial is huge. The skill build of Drow is, I mean, it's okay, but we need to see more levels, I guess, to actually see the damage, because if they don't sort of catch up to 300 Spartans, they're going to lose all their towers before it happens. And I think that may be a little bit of a trade they're going to have to make. They're going to have to give up some towers if they want to keep up, because they haven't really got the ability to team fight, unless there's a huge initiation mistake from 300 Spartans, or if they get a really good swap. Not a swap, because that is the wrong way around here, but if they get a good Ravage or something like that, it's okay. Maybe they could smoke it for some sort of pick off, because it's not always, 300 Spartans aren't always grouped together.
Yeah, and I suppose the Tidehunter being at the small disadvantage of just being very behind in farm, doesn't have his Blink Dagger yet. I mean, obviously it is still 50 minutes into the game, but obviously he would have ideally wanted it. He would have wanted it by now. It looks like 300 Spartans are going to go for a Roche attempt. Vampiric Aura is up.
Good.
So this will help tremendously with that, and Vengeful Spirit has also got Medallion, which bring down that Roshan very, very quickly, as well as the Slada ultimate as well. Pink coming out on the side of the Radiant here. They're not going to be able to do anything to help take that, and it goes onto the Luna, though. It's probably the smartest choice. Beastmaster going balls deep. They don't know he's there. He is invisible. Found a very helpful invis rune there, but and he's got Necronomicon too. I've literally just seen that myself. That's scary. That is very scary for
the Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's just, and you look at sort of what he's done this game. He's got 1 kill, 8 assists. He hasn't died. I mean, that's the thing. No one on 300 Spartans has died. But that pushing is something that Ill Omens wanted to have themselves. They want to have that pushing power, but it looks like it is going back the way of 300 Spartans. They've actually managed to get a tower though.
Yeah, don't think there really was much of a fair trade though. The Luna also got Mantisiled literally just at that point in time. It looks like they're going straight for the tier 3. Shadow Demon and Ogre Magi are there. Someone, the Tide Hunter is rotating in as well. Templar Assassins there as well, but I mean, unless they get a good Ravage off, they can't really contest this too much. They don't have enough, and they can't really at the moment. They can't really contest. This tower's going to go down. Wraith King taking a bit too much damage there. Tide Hunter does manage to get off a Ravage, and the Luna's very, very low. Wraith King does manage to go down. The Luna still does have the Aegis though. Big disruption coming out from the Shadow Demon there, and the Drow falls as well very, very quickly. And there's a lot of kills there on the side of the 300 Spartans, and they're still pushing. They're still pushing away. And there's nothing that Ill Omen can do to contest it. Luna very, very low, does manage to fall to probably the ignite damage there from the Ogre Magi, and yeah, there's not really a lot they can do. Roundry coming back in, the crush coming out from the Slider, big blink coming through, and disruption coming through as well, coming out onto the Luna. Oh, the Slider is going to fall. The ultimate comes out from the Luna, really, really well timed. You were waiting for that the entire time. Triple kill. Good God, that was not what Ill Omen wanted at all. That was incredibly well weighted there on the Luna's part.
It sort of really goes to show the combo that 300 Spartans picked up. Now, something we didn't mention is, of course, the auras from Vengeful Spirit and Luna stacking up here, which just makes for huge amounts of damage. And the issue here is they've also got the Inner Beast from the Beastmaster, which means not only do they do more damage, but they attack much faster. And this is huge because Luna's actually opted to go for that early Manta, and Manta style obviously giving a good bit of stats there as well, and that just means more damage for Luna. And at this point in the game, there's not a lot that can really withstand it. I mean, sure, you've got the Ogre Magi, you've got the Titan, there's a bit of tankiness going on there, but it's not going to be able to withstand huge amounts of damage like that.
Especially since they are taking their second tier 3 tower at only 19 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
That's not something you normally see that quickly. Beastmaster does pick up his Necro 3 very, very quickly, obviously, and Slider still with very basic items, but still having a lot of presence on the map, especially with his Blink Dagger going straight into Crush.
Radiant's top tower is taken.
So yeah, Ill Omen in a very, very difficult position at the moment, and they're just sticking. The 300 Spartans are sticking as 5 the whole time, and managing to melt these towers. Sort of reminiscent of the Admiral Gul'don Brute.
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties. Can't do nothing about
Dire's very,
structures right now.
All like Druid.
Yeah.
The Dire couldn't hang on to that.
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of an example we're seeing here where the game, the pace has been set, and unfortunately, Ill Omens, they managed to just lose their lanes, and they didn't just lose that off lane. They did lose the off lane, but they did manage to lose the mid lane, because once they lost the off lane, Tide Hunter, he got into lane, he got his levels in the end, but the supports, the Wraith King rotated into mid, and this is just the sort of play you see. And Wraith King, obviously a hero that can actually gank a Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin is not the easiest hero to gank, but I feel like this is where we are seeing the difference between these two lineups. Just that laning stage has really turned into what we are seeing right now. And you just look at this. I mean, the kill score 21 to 2. I mean, it was 19 to 0 at one point. This is something we are going to have to see here if there is any way that Ill Omens can defend high ground. Because if they drag it out a little bit more, they have got a chance of sort of hitting the peak at some point. But it's very hard because this is a Luna we're talking about. Luna is just too strong, and Vengeful Spirit again is quite another strong late game support. And there's not a lot you can do to really combat that unless Comeback Gold really treats you well.
Obviously, 300 Spartans in a very, very optimal position at the moment, and Luna has also just picked up a Talisman of Evasion, looking to go for the Butterfly, looking at the items in her stash. And I mean, she's already got BKB, she's got Helm of the Dominator, and from this point on, she's going to be next to unstoppable unless the Templar Assassin can pull something out of a hat, along with the Drow Ranger, who is still very, very under-farmed at the moment. I think they were expecting the Drow to be a lot further on in terms of farm and just kills as well. I mean, there's only 98 last hits in 22 minutes, whereas if we look at the Luna, we've got 194. So big disparity there in terms of farm rates. Big things coming out. The 300 Spartans have smoked up and probably looking to rotate around on the Templar Assassin, who is a bit far away and has figured out that something might be happening, and is hiding away in the trees.
Yeah,
they decide to pull it off. Call it off, sorry.
Yeah, so I mean, this is an interesting play. I mean, Templar Assassin wants to push top, but I don't know if it's really the best idea since Luna has rotated in. I think she knows this. She'll have to back it off here, but really, I would not like to be in Ill Omen's position, because you only have a few options here. One, you let the opposing team push high ground, and you sit back and you try your best to defend it, and you try your best to just get some vision in jungle, try and farm something, because split pushing is an option, but do they have the farm to actually? I mean, do they have boots of travel? Do they have any ways of getting to the lane? Because there's no towers in either of the lanes here for Ill Omens. It's very hard to do that, and you've got a Luna just commanding that top lane at the moment, and the rest of her team is sort of grouping up, looking to make some plays. I mean, not only are they farming the enemy's jungle, but they're actually looking to make a move on bottom here.
We are literally, the smoke is going to break as they are very close to the starter there. Are we going to see, Crush come out on all three. Destruction coming through very quickly though, and we do see a stun up on the side Hunter, who does bring off Ravage, and Slardar is going to fall down very quickly. Beastmaster Brawl coming through. There is, the Vengeful Spirit is very low there. It does manage to get taken down by the CA, and the Tail Hunter falls at the same time as well. Big Mail Strike coming out onto two heroes there. Oh, the absolute work coming through from the Ignite is doing so much damage there. Luna has come through, however, committed the ultimate for the Shadow Demon, but Templar Assassin is still melded, and they don't have any vision at the moment. She is going to be able to safely get away though. 3 for 3. Obviously not exactly what Ill Omen wanted, but I suppose it's a step in the right direction.
It's a huge step in the right direction. I'm sure we're going to see a huge gold swing. I didn't get to see the fight recap, but
neither did I, unfortunately.
Something we need to notice is, of course, Templar Assassin got 2 or 3 kills there. 2 kills, I believe. And this is key. I mean, obviously her net worth is still 7k behind that of Luna, but it just means that it's going to slow the game down. I mean, this means that 300 Spartans, they're no longer in the jungle of Ill Omens. They're actually back in their own jungle. They're back on their side of the map. They're recuperating, they're regrouping, the tomes are being bought, and this means that this is more time for Ill Omens to sort of farm up, catch up, try and sort of make something of their position. This is difficult because Drow Ranger is lacking those items. The Bloodlust is available to her now though, but what's she going to get next? I mean, she's going what looks like to be... yeah, so I mean the Ags pick up. Interesting to see that order of purchase. I guess you can't really get to the secret shop, maybe. But something we need to mention here is, of course, the Ags build. Now that's a fantastic build this game. You are going to be able to clear out all the sort of creeps you're going to have to deal with. Obviously, you're going to deal with the Necro creeps, and something I just wanted to mention in that fight earlier.
Sorry, just the Templar Assassin is getting ganked here by the Beastmaster, who does have level 3 Necronomicon, so she can see her when she decides to go invisible. Just getting refraction up in time before the boar poison hit her, allowing her to blink away to safety. Really good play there, and we've seen Templar Assassin must be a very comfortable hero for Trickshot there, because he definitely didn't panic in that previous team fight, and let the minus armor from both Meld and Desolator do a whole ton of work there, and it was ultimately what gave them an extra bit of firepower in that fight. Roshan is back up, however, and it looks like the Luna might be going to take it solo. She definitely can. It does have the butterfly now, so the evasion there being able to help out as well as the lifesteal. That's pretty scary That's pretty big.
Yeah, like, look at the farm on Luna. Look at the farm at 26 minutes. You got a butterfly and a BKB, and just before we were saying, oh, she's going straight for that Manta style, you know, she's got big damage. That was back when we were pushing bot, but now she's got a butterfly and BKB. And in that time, Templar Assassin, you know, managed to get that that Blink Dagger online. But Drow Ranger hasn't managed to get the Ags, or she's gotten, you know, just under half of it now. So something we need to mention here is, of course, Luna has snowballed her farming. And has actually done it to a good level of success here because they're looking to push even further. And I'm pretty sure this Luna is not scared of anything right now.
No, I mean, he definitely would be, especially with their Aegis as well. Got some very, very tanky illusions. Well, not so much tanky, but illusions that are able to withstand anything, especially with... oh, look at the damage on the Templar Assassin. It falls very, very quickly. The Luna is doing so much damage, being able to rip through the refraction charges very quickly. And Ill Omen just can't do anything about it. So many glaives bouncing around. It's over 3/4 health damage done to the Ogre there. Ultimate, sorry, what's it called? Eclipse does come out there, and the Drow Ranger is going to fall down. Oh yes, only just. The tick damage from Wraith King's stun coming through there. And they are just going to go straight for the Megas, and it looks like they're going to get it rather comfortably. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ill Omen will call GG at this point.
The Radiant's top rags is gone.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking like an uphill battle. I mean, maybe if Ill Omens had that Aghanim Sept from Drow alive, they had the Maelstrom Ags, they might consider defending from Megatrix, but I don't think there's any way of that happening because GG has been told, of course, the Ancient is going to be knocked down here as well. So this is a really impressive showing here from 300 Spartans. Ill Omens, maybe something with their draft they might have to change. But it looks like we'll have to see the next game here. Not sure exactly who will be spectating, but it could even be 300 Spartans. It could be someone from Group F, so stay tuned. Very shortly we'll see what happens.
Yep, so I am going to have to cut off the stream just for a little while, but once it comes back up again, be sure to keep watching us on Clutch Studio for some quality top-notch action, and we'll see you all in a little bit.